Writer's block.
Writer's block. It's intimidating. You're staring at a blank piece of paper. You don't know what to do. It's frustrating. I listen to 60 podcasts a week, so here's some tips that I'm stealing.
One of the most helpful and simplest questions you can ask yourself is what has to be in the story? Like, what do you need to put in that story no matter what? Like, maybe you want some characters hanging out, throw in some impending doom, and a fight scene. Rob Liefeld was on a podcast talking about the Jim Shooter method of plotting stories. The opening action, you want to show off the characters' abilities and like what makes them different and special compared to like any ordinary like generic superhero. The middle, you want to have some drama or some character development stuff, and then the end of the issue, you want the end of issue action, and then you want to end it on a cliffhanger. I was listening to a podcast the other day from 2013 called Making Comics the 4-Star Way with Battle Pugs, Mike Norton, and Hackslash's Tim Seeley and other comic book creators. It was episode 5 and it was called Writing Tools. It was a really cool podcast. They were talking about breakdown stuff. So Mike Norton, for instance, he has on his program he uses, there's like these little card files on the side that you can like click on and that's your page. Well, until he gets to that page, he'll just write on it like, in this page this happens, or on this page that happens. So that's the way he likes to break it down until he gets to the page. And then Tim Seeley, on the other hand, he said he likes to work backwards. He says he likes to figure out what has to go in the story, okay, and then what has to go in the page, and then what has to go in the panel. Another podcast that I listened to recently was the Comic Book Workshop. Episode 103, Matthew Rosenberg talks about his interviews that he had with Jeff Lemire and Charles Soule on their work schedule. And holy crap, if you want to feel like you're unproductive and you don't like do anything creative, like listen to their schedule. Wow. I think it was Charles Soule that talked about his work schedule planner thing that he has where it's separated into 4 weeks. So he can focus on, okay, this week I need to get this done. Next week I need to worry about this script. The week after that I worry about the other book I'm writing. And the week after that I have to worry about that 4th book I'm writing. And then he has 2 other boxes below that's like, okay, then I have to worry about this next month. And then the other box is like, okay, and then this for the next month after that. And then he kind of like has his quarterly planner and he can just focus on the 3 months he's at. There's also a podcast called the Q&A podcast with Jeff Goldsmith. They had a Die Hard episode, and on that episode, Stephen A. D'Souza was talking about how he just sat in front of the TV watching a bunch of Westerns, and he would get out a bunch of index cards, and he would write down every trope he saw, and then he would just toss it into a basket on the side, and then at the end of the day, he'd go through it and pick out which ones he liked to see if he could fit it into the movie. Well, that is all the time I have for this video. I'm trying to keep them short-ish. So, if you found it informative, cool. If you want to give me a thumbs up and let me know you're not a bot, awesome. Thanks.